Hello, Colts Nation, and what's up, No Horsing family? Welcome back to another episode of the No Horsing Around podcast. As always, I am one of two dudes talking Colts. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen Burton. And on today's episode, I kind of wanted to get your guys' take on interim head coach Jeff Saturday, right? Like, we're kind of through the muddy water. We're kind of through the part of, wow, what a shock this is. You fire Frank Reich. An hour later, you hire Jeff Saturday right off of ESPN, and everyone's head spinning, right? Then he goes out and he beats the Las Vegas Raiders in his debut, and then he comes out and he loses his second game, his first game at home as the interim head coach to the Philadelphia Eagles, one of if not the best teams in the NFL, 17-16. What do we think, right? So before we get into that, obviously, something we haven't done in a while, but I want to make sure, look at the bottom, sponsorship shout out, Home Field Apparel. Home Field's amazing, homefieldapparel.com. Use the promo code NOHorsingAround, and you get 15% off of your order. It's a really cool stuff, you guys. Like, you can go on there. Obviously, we always pop this up. Like, you can see all the great home field Colts stuff that there is. If you're not a Colts fan, one, I'm confused, but two, if you're a fan of a college team like IU, I have several IU things. My brother's a big fan of Florida State. He has some Florida State stuff. It's amazing. It's amazing stuff, you guys. So you guys check that out as we're getting kind of into closer to the playoffs, and we're getting into bowl games and kind of that final push in college football. Also, BetStamp is amazing, you guys. You guys can use them. BetStamp.app. Go download that. You can see all the spreads, figure out where you want to bet the first and the most. So let's kind of jump in here, you guys, and let's talk about one Jeff Saturday, right? So like I said, head spinning, that's gone. Now let's look at the bare facts. An interesting thing is that I talked about it on our live stream from the other night, and I put up a poll on our YouTube page on No Horsing Around Podcast, and 87% said yes, they would like him back. Right? I mean, it's a large percentage. We all love Jeff Saturday as a person. We all love him as a player for the Colts. But how do we really think he's done? I think an interesting thing is with him is I think he has changed the tone of the room and changed the accountability. I think the accountability is much higher now. I think that he's holding players accountable for their play. Immediately came in, Matt Pryor, bench, go, sit down, do not cross the line and come back in, right? Comes in, I want to win. Matt Ryan, you're back in, right? It's interesting to me. I think he came in and he didn't try to be the smartest guy in the room, right? He came in and he was like, "Hey, I've been in your seat." He's an undrafted free agent who came in, worked his way up, played 14 seasons, multiple Pro Bowls, multiple Super Bowl appearances, Super Bowl champ. Played with, you heard his spiel. Like, it's on our channel. It's on the head of our channel. Played with multiple Hall of Famers. I think he is the definition of a leader of men. I do think that's the case. I also think that with the hire of Jeff Saturday, it is us trying to find our Mike Vrabel. I'm going to say that again. I think it's us trying to find our Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel, I think, is everything that Jim Irsay wants in a coach, and I think he's pissed that he passed up on that. For those, let's backtrack to the hiring process that year. The Colts chose not Frank Reich. The Colts chose Josh McDaniels. The other person who they interviewed in the final round, Mike Vrabel. They chose Josh McDaniels. Mike Vrabel went and interviewed with the Titans and went there. And you see what's happened since. I think Jeff Saturday is that leader of men. And I'm going to say that figure who can command a room that they want. And I think one of the great things he came into when he came in was he empowered everybody. Hey, I'm here. I don't know everything. I think he talked about during, I want to say it was the Eagles game, how he's constantly got the analytics guy like in his ear too, helping him with clock management, helping him with when do I make the challenges, helping him with what's going on in the flow of the game, right? So I mean, he's empowered them. I think he empowered Gus Bradley more than, there's only so much you have to. I think he really empowered Parks Frazier to go make the calls and see, and like, you do you, man. Like, I'm going to step in and go from there. But I think he's done a great job with that. I think he's done a great job of relating to the players. You heard him talk about during the game this past week that Sundays are game time. Like, I'm not out there to humiliate anybody. I'm going to tell you something once, and if we don't take it that way, then we'll go somewhere else. But I'm not going to yell at you on Sundays on game time on national television. That's what Monday through Friday is for. That's what the privacy of our rooms are for. That's what the film review is for. That's when I'm going to let you know. Like the rumor coming out, like the report coming out after one of his first practices, the offense ran it, didn't like it, made him stop, yelled, stop, run it again. And they ran it again. He goes, do that shit next time. Do it the first time, right? But that's what practice is for. He's not going to call you out and emasculate you on the sideline in front of everybody because it doesn't do anything for your confidence, right? So I think all these things are great that he does. Um, and I think he's handled the in-game stuff really well. He's won a challenge. I think I actually really, I did in the instant review, and I think a lot of people were questioning it. I actually really liked the way he handled the timeouts at the end of the Philly game. He gave his offense plenty of time to go win the game. You took those timeouts. You had about a minute and a half to try to go down and get in field goal range, and your offense sucked, and you couldn't do it. But he put himself in that position. I thought it was pretty savvy on his part. Uh, Not just him. I'm not going to give all the credit to him, but I think we talk about rookie quarterbacks coming in, and we talk about like how they look. And one of the key phrases you always hear is it's not too big for them. The job is definitely not too big for him. It's not. I think depending on how they play this season out, they're still in playoff contention, and I'm gonna pound the table for them. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna pound the table for them to win every damn game between here and the last of the season because I wait 6 months to watch the Colts play football, and I want to see them win and not lose. And I want to see Jeff Saturday succeed. I'm on record at this point. I mean, I would love to have him back, barring an epic meltdown and collapse at the end of this season where he just looks inept. I don't mind it. Bring him on back, man. Now I got my favorites. If we actually do a legitimate head coaching search, and you're not going to go with him, I got people I like, and we'll talk about that then. But I think from what I've seen so far, I'm okay. I'm okay. He's done nothing, in my opinion, to make me think that he's not capable of doing the job. Does he want to do it? We'll find out. Can he do it over the long stretch? Hey, we're going to find out. He's got 6 games left. What's he going to do? What's going to happen? You're going to go 5-1? You're going to go 1-5? We'll see. But I think he's earned that right to see. And in my opinion, I got no problem with him if he wants to come back and be the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts in 2023. And we'll see that. I want to get your guys' opinion. I want to hear from you guys. Drop it in the comments. Tell me, what do you think? Do you think he is a legitimate chance to come back? And then do you want him back? And then the final question is, do you think he is back? I'm interested to hear from you guys. We're hopefully you guys had a great Thanksgiving. And now you're watching this, you're kicking your heels up after watching a little bit of football. So please, you guys, as always, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, join the family, pass it along, have a friend. Hey man, you're sitting around the kitchen table and you're done Thanksgiving and you pop this sucker up and hey, turn to your buddy next to you, your cousin or your second cousin or your uncle and say, hey man, you ever watch No Horse? Click that button, boom, subscribed. Love it. Do all those things. In the end, you guys, I love you. I know Zach loves you. I'm out. I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys Monday.